Morning children. In the last video we explained the porifera, Cnidaria, Platyhelminthes, Arthropoda, Mollusca, Echinodermata, है ना? And the last phylum Chordata we will discuss now. So the next phylum Chordata. The Chordata have the following features either in the developing stage or in the adult stage. So the characters or features are the dorsal solid notochord is present either in the larval stage or in the up to in the adult stage. The pharyngeal gill slits is there, presence of a tail and the dorsal hollow central nervous system. So these are the common feature for all the Chordata. The Chordata further divided into subphylum, the three subphylum, the Urochordata, Cephalochordata and the Vertebrata. The Urochordata and Cephalochordata commonly called the Protochordata. They are called commonly the Protochordata or primitive chordata, or they are also called Acraniata. Acraniata because the cranium is not present, है ना? So they are called Acraniata and the Vertebrata is called Craniata because the cranium is present. The brain box is present, so it is also called Craniata. And Urochordata, Cephalochord commonly they also called the Protochordata and the Acraniata due to the absence of cranium or brain box. The Urochordata, the notochord is present only in the tail region, है ना? Tail region or in the larval stage only. The larval tail has the notochord. The adult do not have the notochord, है ना? Adult do not have the tail or the tail is lost. Tail is lost, so the notochord is not in the Urochordata. The example is Herdmania. And the next is Cephalochordata. The notochord is present from the neck to the anal end or the anterior end to the posterior end. Example Amphioxus. And the third one, the Vertebrata, the notochord is present, है ना? And notochord replaced into the vertebral column. In the larval stage, notochord is present, but in the later it converted or develop into vertebral column, or we simply call the backbone. Now the vertebrate further divided into two groups on the basis of jaws. On the basis of jaw, the vertebrate divided further into two groups, the Agnathostomata or the Gnathostomata. The Agnatho means they lack jaw, the mouth without jaw, the mouth without jaw, and the Gnathostomata have the jaws. Now on the basis of locomotion, locomotory organs, locomotion, movement, they are further divided into two class. The fishes, all the fishes include in the fishes, and the tetrapoda. Fishes, as we know, they move with the help of fins. They are aquatic, either marine or fish. When they live in water, they respire through the gills. Means the gills are the respiratory organs in fishes. Either the bony fish or the cartilaginous fish, all the fishes breathe through the gills. And the tetrapoda, they have the limb. The fishes have the fins for locomotion. The locomotory organs, fins, and the tetrapoda have the 2 pair of limbs. And they are mostly terrestrial. When they live on land, they breathe through the lungs. The species on the basis of endoskeleton, they are further divided into two subclasses, chondrichthyes and the osteichthyes. The chondrichthyes, the endoskeleton is made up of cartilage, and the osteichthyes, the endoskeleton made up of bones. So the chondrichthyes, or we can say the cartilaginous fish. The example is Scalidon. And the osteichthyes, the fishes are rohu, katla, magur. The tetrapoda further divided into 4 classes: amphibia, reptilia, birds, and mammalia. Amphibia, example, frog, toad, rana. The scientific name of the frog is Rana tigrina. The amphibia that live on land as well as in water. The reptiles are mostly terrestrial. The birds are aerial animals, and the mammals, they suckle their young ones, are mammals. All the birds in instead of birds we have to write the apes. All the birds included in the class apes. Now we discuss the characteristics of these classes and with the example. As we already discussed, the vertebrata is divided into 2 divisions. The 2 divisions are Agnatha and the Gnathostomata. The Agnatha division, the class is further divided only having the one class. The one class is Cyclostomata. And the example is lamprey and the hagfish. The cyclostomes have elongated body which having the 6 to 15 pairs of gill slits for the respiration. Gill slits for the respiration. And the mouth is sucking type, circular, without jaw. Because the Agnatha, the division having no jaw. They divide off scales and have the paired fins are also absent. The cranium and vertebral column are made up of cartilage. The blood circulation system is closed type. And the cyclostomes are mostly marine, but they migrate to fresh water for spawning. Spawning means to lay the eggs or guineas. and after few days they die. And when the hatching is there, the larvae come out. The larvae again move to the marine water. So mostly the marine, but for spawning they move to the fresh water, and after spawning after few days they die. And their larvae come out again, move to the marine water. So these are the characteristics of Cyclostomata. Now we discuss the next class, species. Now the next class, species. All the fishes included in the class species. The species further divided into chondrichthyes and osteichthyes. That we discuss later, but the species, as we know, the general features of the species are the same. Some are different, but the common are the body is covered with scales, they are cold-blooded, they have 2 chambers of heart, the sexes are separate. So they having the fins for the locomotion, they respire with the gills. So some features are common, either the bony fish or the cartilaginous fish. On the basis of endoskeleton, the fishes are further classified into two groups. The chondrichthyes, that are endoskeleton is made up of cartilage. So the features of chondrichthyes, they are marine, mostly marine, and the body is streamlined. All the fishes have the streamlined body. Streamlined body, boat-shaped body. They are mostly marine and maybe fresh water. But the chondrichthyes are marine. They also have the streamlined body. The endoskeleton is made up of cartilage, and the osteichthyes, the endoskeleton is made up of bones. The mouth is on the ventral surface. Mouth is on the ventral surface like this. But in the osteichthyes, mostly on the terminal and the front. So these are the bony fish and these are the cartilaginous fish. The gill slits are separated or not covered by gill cover. Exposed gills are there. But in the osteichthyes, the gill slits are covered with operculum, or the gill cover is there. The scales, the body is tough. The scales are tough and the placoid type. In osteichthyes, the body is covered with the scales and the scales are cycloid or ctenoid type. They are predaceous. Predaceous, they kill or chase the host. Next, kill or chase the prey. Next, they do not have the air bladder. Air bladder, the part that help in the buoyancy or swimming. So due to not having the air bladder, they have to move constantly, avoid sinking. Osteichthyes have the air bladder, so they not move always because the air bladder provide the buoyancy. The fertilization is internal because the male and female gametes are within the body and the fusion of gametes within the body, so it is called internal. The female fish lay the eggs in the water and the male also release the sperms in the water, so fertilization takes place in the water, means external fertilization. They are mostly viviparous. Viviparous means they give the birth to the young ones. And they are oviparous, egg laying. So bony fish lay the eggs. Example are seahorse, Scalidon, that is called dogfish, and the sawfish also. The dogfish, that is called Scalidon, and the next the seahorse. Seahorse, that is also the dogfish and sawfish, Scalidon. And the seahorse are the example of the the sawfish and the Scalidon, and the Scalidon, that is also called the dogfish. Next the sawfish, that is the scientific name is Pristis. Scientific name is Pristis. And the osteichthyes are, many are there, the katla, rohu, and the horsefish are the example of bony fish. So these are the features of the fishes, the chondrichthyes or the osteichthyes.